Well, thank you, Alpha. Fellow citizens of the Earth, I bid you a warm welcome to what we hope will become one of the milestone events of the decade, a worldwide conference on delivering the human future. Your hosts at this conference are the Millennium Alliance for Humanity and the Biosphere, or MAHB, based at Stanford University in California, the Common Home of Humanity, based in Gala in Portugal, and my own organisation, the Council for the Human Future, based in Australia. We share a common concern about the human future and the risks that we all face as members of a global civilization. Our purpose in holding this conference is to describe these risks in a way that anyone can grasp them and to discuss how we can best solve them. It is no exaggeration to say that humanity faces an existential emergency, a combined threat to our very existence. This is by far the greatest danger we have faced together since we first stood upright and walked from the grasslands of Africa into a world in which humans now dominate, utterly dominate. We are victims of our own success as a species. That very success now endangers us. We hear much about climate and extinction, but at the Council for the Human Future, you understand that there are 10 interlocked threats to our future, which must all be solved together. These threats have been identified, measured and remeasured by scientists around the planet for over half a century or longer. There is no question that they are real, there is no question that they are happening now, and there is no question that they are extremely grave. There have been countless conferences and meetings to discuss individual threats, such as climate change, nuclear weapons or extinction, and they have reached some very important conclusions about what must be done. However, the central message of this conference is that we cannot solve these threats one at a time because they are all interconnected. They are all driven by the same fundamental forces, human overpopulation and overconsumption of the Earth's resources. We must solve them together in ways that makes none of them worse off. To try to prioritise one threat is to invite disaster from another. I must admit in recent days to significant frustration and concern that global political leaders and policymakers seem to be so short-term in their focus, often ignoring the science, other significant evidence, and of course specific warnings of pending challenges and crises. However, at the same time, I've been encouraged by collaboration globally in response to the COVID pandemic, along with a significant shift in the domestic behaviour of governments, households, businesses and institutions. Important changes have occurred in behaviour in terms of the way we live, the way we work, the way we travel, the way we save and spend, and in terms of government policy response. We've demonstrated clearly that the world can pull together in a crisis. Over the next 2 days, you will hear some of the world's finest minds describe each of these threats and what we can do about them. We invite you to listen or watch carefully, wherever on Earth you may happen to be. We invite you to contribute by considering the best ways we can achieve the survival of our civilization and our species. We invite you to share the online talks of our expert speakers with family, with friends, with workmates, and with your own contacts. The modern internet and social media means that for the first time in human history, it is possible to hold a worldwide discussion. For humanity to start to think together about these risks it faces and the benefits we can reap from overcoming them. This conference and its talks will go worldwide on social media to reach everyone who is online and is concerned about their own future on an imperiled planet. Its talks will exist online for months and years after this event ends. They will be a lasting influence in favour of a wiser, safer future for all humanity. We hope that they will stimulate and inform discussion in homes and workplaces, on farms and in offices or factories, in parliaments and public assemblies, between friends and family, of what we humans must do together to save ourselves and to build a brighter future. Above all, we hope this discussion will help to translate the calls for global action into clear advice about what each of us should do and can do as individuals in our lives and our work to build a safer, more sustainable world. To solve a problem, you must have first understood the problem. Our speakers will both describe the problems we face and the ways we can go about overcoming them without making any of them worse off. I now invite you to listen to their collective wisdom and to bring your own to the task of helping to ensure the survival of humanity, our civilization, and achievements far into the future. There is no greater or more honourable undertaking. There is nothing more urgent in the entire human agenda. There is nothing more inspiring, uplifting, and motivating than helping to deliver the human future. Back to you, Alpha.